Welcome to Resta Reviews. My name is Daniel. Somehow we're already halfway through the year 2026, so I'm going to stop and give you what I think are the best video games of the year so far. Despite a lot of craziness behind the scenes in the gaming industry lately, the games themselves have been really great in the first half of the year. On this list, I will only be including official released games by US release date, so no early access, DLC, remakes, or remasters, just the new original games. Before I get to my top 10 list, I'm going to give you some honorable mentions with the 10 runner-ups, so this will be 20 going down through 11. As I run down the list, I will be giving the ratings that I gave each game as well. The first honorable mention is Darwin's Paradox. I felt like I was moving through a Pixar film as I played this vibrant debut game from ZDT Studio. Next up is Replaced. Sadcat Studios delivered an atmospheric cyberpunk platformer with gorgeous 2.5D design. Now we have Marathon. This is a stylish and difficult shooter from Bungie that features exceptional gunplay. Next up is Neo 3. I got my butt kicked over and over again in Teen Ninja's Souls-like sequel. This has a new ninja stance and open areas added to the formula. Now I have Titanium Court. AP Thompson's Little Indie is a quirky and enjoyable mix of tower defense and match 3 elements. My next honorable mention is Reanimal. The latest from Little Nightmare creator Tarsier Studios is another eerie, beautifully designed gem. Next is Lost and Found Co. I found it impossible not to smile while playing this colorful hidden object game from developer Big Egg Inc. Next up I have Esoteric Ebb. Christopher Beauregard's CRPG is a wonderful dialogue-fueled adventure. It mixes together elements of Dungeons & Dragons and Disco Elysium. Next up I have Mugenics. The latest game from M.M. McMillan and Tyler Glale is a humorous tactical roguelite that involves offbeat kitty combat. And just missing the top 10 for my best games of 2026 so far is Mouse PI for Hire. This stylish boomer shooter from Fumi Games features a noir-inspired mystery and a terrific performance from Troy Baker as a detective named Jack Pepper. Let's move on to my 10 best games of 2026 so far, and let me know your guys' choices down in the comments as I'm going along. Number 10, Mixtape. Mixtape is a short game with simple gameplay mechanics, but it offers a moving coming-of-age story set in the 1990s. It follows 3 teen skaters who spend one last day together before one of them is set to move away. Developer Beethoven and Dinosaur gives players honest and humorous characters and situations throughout the game. Mixtape is highlighted by a killer soundtrack. There are tracks by artists such as Iggy Pop, The Smashing Pumpkins, Silverchair, Devo, and Joy Division. The use of the songs flows well through the plot as the main character Stacy strives to be a music supervisor and often discusses bands. At times I did feel like I was watching a movie more than playing a game while going through Mixtape. I'm a huge movie fan, as any fan of this channel will know, but I like my games to have a healthy amount of actual gameplay. Even so, the amount of care put into Mixtape is evident and the characters are relatable. Number 9, Forza Horizon 6. Finally bringing the series to Japan, Forza Horizon 6 is a breathtaking racing game at times. Playground Games' fictionalized version of the country offers dozens of roads and landscapes to explore. The player can participate in a wide variety of challenges, even one involving racing a huge mech. While some have declared Forza Horizon 6 a masterful entry in the series, I don't think it's quite there. It ultimately does just feel like more of the same in the end, and it fails to fix some of the issues found in the past entries. And Tokyo, unfortunately, feels a bit empty. The racing itself, though, is still a blast. The car variety, graphics, and sound design are all stunning. Vroom vroom indeed. Number 8, Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert is a hugely ambitious game from Pearl Abyss. It can feel messy and clunky at times with all of its different mechanics, and the story is poor in spots as well. But it's also a game that's hard to dismiss. I put 125 hours into it, and there's still so much more I can do if I decide to go back. As the Grey Man Cliff, the player explores the vast world of Pywell. Cliff seeks to reunite with the other Greymanes in the clan after they are attacked. The group is soon caught in the middle of a war while Cliff also unlocks magical abilities. The highs of Crimson Desert scratched that Skyrim itch for me, from riding a dragon to fighting a massive battle to uncovering Pywell's hidden secrets. The game occasionally left my jaw on the floor. If it were a more polished and focused game in many areas, it could have actually been a masterpiece, I think. As is, it's still a great open world game that too often tries to be every game at once. Number 7. Cairn. At first glance, Cairn just looks like a mountain climbing game. And while it is a mountain climbing game, it also touches your soul. The game makers have created something that feels both grand and personal at the same time. Throughout Cairn, the player controls Ava, who sets out to summit Mount Kami while dealing with her own personal demons. Each of Ava's limbs are controlled separately in the game, and the player also has to deal with their hunger, thirst, temperature, and more. Finding climbing spots and helping Ava survive can be a frustrating but also rewarding experience. Sophia Eleni gives a deeply felt performance as Ava. Mount Kami also offers many discoveries on the journey, from remnants of past civilizations to meeting other climbers. Having a little Climbot companion in Cairn is also a nice touch as well. Number 6. Pokemon Pokopia. A Pokemon game that has fresh ideas and runs well in 2026? I wasn't sure that could be true, and I was hesitant to pick up Pokemon Pokopia because of this. After playing it though, I saw why it was getting so much love. This game from Omega Force and Game Freak mixes together mechanics found in Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Minecraft, and other games. The player controls a Ditto that helps rebuild the world with other Pokemon that has been abandoned by humans. As the Ditto, the player can mimic other Pokemon and use their powers to perform various actions. Pokemon Pokopia goes beyond just feeling like a standard crafting game. It features surprisingly deep mechanics, and the story missions with the other Pokemon are touching. Even as someone who isn't really into Pokemon or crafting games that much, this game managed to keep me impressed and entertained with its creativity. Number 5. Pragmata. Pragmata is an engaging new sci-fi IP from Capcom that has players balancing third-person shooting and hacking puzzles at the same time. To do this, the player controls systems engineer Hugh and android Diana, who looks like a young girl. They are trying to get off the moon while also fighting some robots. There's no melee or reloading actions with the two characters, which also gives Pragmata a fresh angle among shooters. The game also allows you to use hacking nodes like multi-hack and confuse, and mods can do such things as change percentages of damage and charging rates for weapons. Pragmata is a feel-good shooter that feels like it could be the start of a new franchise. I hope that it is, as the first game kept me excited and enjoying Hugh and Diana's company. Number 4. Resident Evil Requiem. Capcom strikes again. The latest installment in their long-running survival horror series is another triumph. Though it plays a bit like a greatest hits album at times, Resident Evil Requiem is still a scary and gripping playthrough. The player controls both veteran character Leon Kennedy and newcomer Grace Ashcroft, and can choose between third-person and first-person modes. Angela Santalbano gives one of the best performances in the series as Grace, a timid FBI analyst who faces crazy Resident Evil villains and monsters. Adding distinct personalities to some of the zombies is an interesting touch as well, with the moaning singer zombie being a standout. The new locations are great too, with the room with zombies hanging upside down being just one of the highlights for me. Before I continue, please hit that like button if you're enjoying this video and consider subscribing and enabling notifications if you haven't already. You can also find and follow me on the social media platforms Letterboxd, Blue Sky, Backlogged, and Award Expert. Number 3. Saros. Saros is a game that I found to be more fast and furious than Vin Diesel covered in baby oil. It's a follow-up game to Housemarque's Returnal. While not a sequel, it plays like a refined version of that game. Rahul Kohli is dynamite as the player character Arjun Devraj. He's an Echelon 4 enforcer who is trying to figure out what is happening on a mining colony planet. He also has a personal mission as well, trying to find his estranged wife. Saros is an intense mix of third-person bullet hell and roguelike elements. Despite its teen rating, I felt that it had similar gameplay to Doom Eternal. The game kept me coming back to its cosmic horror world for more, and it's full of wow visuals and sound. Number 2. Mina the Hollower. Yacht Club Games has finally moved beyond expansions for their wonderful game Shovel Knight with Mina the Hollower. Their latest is another throwback to games of the past, with this one feeling like a Game Boy Color game. As the brilliant mouse character Mina, the player sets out to fix spark generators she created across Tenebrous Isle years before. The different areas holding the generators provide environments and enemies that are unique to each area. I especially loved September here, which has spooky autumn vibes to it. Mina the Hollower nails its 8-bit look and feel while also providing modern accessibility features. It is a tough game, but it's one that can be enjoyed by anyone with certain features turned on. The various trinkets and weapons Mina can pick up provide a variety in the gameplay as well. Also, the Chained Mace Nightstar already feels like a classic video game weapon. And my number one video game for the first half of 2026 is 007 First Light. James Bond is back in the video game world with his most essential outing since the N64 GoldenEye game. 007 First Light is a thrilling mix of stealth and action from IO Interactive, telling a fresh origin story for the spy character. Patrick Gibson is excellent here as a younger Bond, while Lenny James is just as good as his mentor, John Greenway. Their relationship is the center of 007 First Light as Bond searches for a former 00 agent and uncovers a deeper plot. The game can be enjoyed by both current Bond fans and those who are new to the franchise as well. It captures the Bond universe in a confident and skillful way, with each mission providing entertaining surprises. A level set in Vietnam was a highlight for me among the many terrific levels in 007 First Light. And there you have it, those are what I consider to be the best video games from the first half of 2026. Of course, it's just my opinion though. Let me know your guys' opinions down in the comments. What is your favorite game of the year so far? Thank you so much for watching this video. You can check out these other videos on Resta Reviews right now.